think you need to work on? You mentioned that you sometimes overextend, and is there anything else?
I think that was the big part of it. Was I felt like I was overextending, but the other part was like beat timing. I think those are kind of the two big things because I think I've kind of found that groove of where I should be at, unlike Lucio. Because I was also the Lucio from that scrim that you just that we just watched. He was a champ, and I was comparing his healing stats compared to when I play Lucio, and his were like way higher. And I'm like, okay, so I probably need to use more uptime on my amped heals rather than always going on amp speed, because I think I typically would have been at like a 75-25 compared to like I assume he was probably closer to like a 50-50. So
why do you feel like the comparing to stats, healing stats, is a good idea? With those compositions?
I only think so because of the beat uptime. I noticed that I do not build beats a lot. Like there's a couple of times where like it's kind of a joke between our team now that I just won't build a beat within a point of control. So it's I am trying to work on my uptime with it and I don't think my aim is all there for Lucio as it is right now. So I feel like I'm losing a lot of my uptime with speed because I don't have the aim or like the mechanic for it. So having more uptime with my healing would be better just to get more beats out, and then I can also still have it for when we want to engage.
Okay, interesting. Let's take a look and see. Because maybe there's also other ways for us to build the beat with the pressure too. But yeah, because I definitely think that the Lucio is a lot about the speed, but yeah, let's take a look. Maybe it is also about the healing uptime, just knowing when to use it, when to use the amp for healing. But yeah, let's take a look. Okay, so what are your thoughts here right away? How do you play this?
First, I just think it's kind of about. I probably could be up on the left with my Genji, but I think I was more in the thought process of I just should play here because my junk's going to be slower than the rest of my team. So making sure that he's able to keep up with the team.
Okay, sure. So we playing here because let's get our junk right to the better position. That's the thought process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My concern with this though, while you're doing all of this, it's kind of the same idea as with the brig. We need to try to enable activity, and I like the idea. Well, maybe we can get the junk right here. The first thing is, why did Junkrats even been late to the fight? What happened? So you guys all been rotating. Wait, you guys all been rotating together, but the Junkrat just went right side. Okay, this just shouldn't happen then. It's just on this guy at the same time, but you can call it out. You can talk about it as a team. You guys should stack on rotation with speed, and then after that you can spread out. But to me, well, it's still not good enough reason to fall back because you're not supporting the active angles. What are the active angles now? What do you think?
Active angle is definitely that left high ground where my Genji's at, and because he'll have the most overview.
Yes.
And then main is always the big one. So, but I don't want to play main because that puts me in a lot of danger.
Yeah. So you see, at least if we're starting here, then we have an option to always go. It can even be main, but it can also be the diva over here. But now we're so far back. Supporting this guy, it's kind of like us on the brig sometimes being a little bit too far back with Wu Yang, where when this happens, this is partially our fault why this happened. If he would be here, then you can boop this guy, or let's say somebody comes in here, you can also boop. Yep, it's just kind of on positioning side of things. Let's write it down, position, and because you have the good position, then you're able to use your abilities, because now your abilities are just sitting there, and that's why it may be more complicated for you to build the beat. Let's imagine we go for the shots here, and I also boop that guy. Yep, how more ult charge you would have, right? Compared to just sitting on this part of the map, right? So that's one thing. Okay, let me write it down. Resources. Maybe let's just say boop. You can boop active angles. Usually off angles. Anybody who is threatening. Yeah, boop. active enemy angles. You just look at the damage, look at are they taking off angles, stuff like that. You just with the brick, you use the flail for this, but with the Lucio, you kind of displacing people to make it harder for those guys to exist on the angles. Sometimes you can boop enemy angles in your team. Yeah, you can also, let's say I displace this hog to this extent where we find an opening with this, yeah, or like I displace the surgeon where we find an opening with this, my diva goes in, my Genji can go in, that's on you. That's on you as a Lucio. So let me actually show you this at the, okay, I have a few clips on this. Okay, this is the Lucio. Might be good to watch Funny Astor. Yeah, Funny Astor is really good with this stuff. Okay, so this clip is gonna be Kingzo. Just 1 second. I will drag this game. Okay, so this is Kingzo. And they're always trying to find a position where they're supporting the most active angles like this. And you see them exactly being a lot of the times wall riding. Yeah, this also helps. I would say it's also a big deal. Yeah, wall ride to be able to get to the people. The mechanics of it, of course, takes time, but you have to. You have to take the time and practice. Yep. So in here, they start on the wall, and we see them start shooting right away, just great uptime this way. But then, you see what's going to happen. Let's take a look and see. There's a Junker Queen on our main side, and there's also, we can't see that, but there's a DPS on this angle. I think it's Genji or the Tracer. So, once the fight happens here, the enemy can go this way, position A, they can also go position B, maybe they can also go position C, and your idea is to either support the most aggressive angle, okay? So now, when we see the enemy team rotating like this, on the left side, because they're being more aggressive, we're already here, and then we put the extra pressure. And most importantly, you supporting the person here. Yeah, so like in our case, we can maybe avoid this guy getting hooked in, because you put extra pressure there, and you also displace people. So you see them actually will be able to commit with the wall ride and try to displace somebody. And at the same time, they're still looking and saying, okay, do any other angles need help? But it's not the backline though. Yeah, the backline, it's all rare. It's maybe something you can keep an eye on, but mostly your attention should be on anybody who's the most aggressive and active first. Yeah, so we start here, and then after that, when the commitment happens, we can start displacing people. Yeah, so like there's a Tracer comes in, I believe there's a Brick will come in soon, and they, yeah, so we see that those guys are really overextending too, so let's just boop them in, so our Genji can get value, because they're the most active now. And we also disable this guy's pressure, so now we win cooldown trade, and we're able to secure the kill. Yeah, and now we won this angle completely, and we can keep surrounding the enemy, and those guys can keep pushing forward too. Yep. So this is what we should be doing most of the time. Yeah, we start here, disable this, maybe find an opening, and then after that, you can do something. Yeah, I believe maybe you guys can also deal with a soldier later, but based on how you position, it's probably you disable somebody around here or around the left side, stuff like that. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Any questions or...
Not on that. That makes a lot of sense, because I think that would also boost the uptime, like you were saying. So
yeah. Because now when we actually get to the place, you one should boop something, but you could be already using boops around maybe 2-3 times at least. Yeah, during this fight. We got the kill on the soldier, that's great, we help out the active diva, but at the start your Baptiste got hooked in because of a little misposition. Yeah, you want to take a look and see why this is the case. And like I said, it's not only on you, yeah, it's also partially on maybe how you guys rotate together first, and then after that spread out, but still pretty important. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen. Diva goes right. It seems all of us go right, so seems okay. Yeah, maybe. The most active angles here. We maybe can get the kill on the soldier, and then also keep an eye on this, guys. I really like you when you do this. The rest of your group can also should be able to shoot the space.
Yeah.
Fighting. So yeah, technically it can be possible. Well, I think it's okay. Just also keep an eye on the people over here later, and should be fine. Okay, you guys found an opening. Yeah, found the boop there. Let's see how we manage it. Yeah, so boop them in the corner, drop them in. May work, I feel like. Yeah, sure. Try this out. Go on a point. That's okay. Fight is won. You can capture. Now playing here, a little bit about the uptime. Just keep damaging. Yes, that's good. Okay, got slapped. Oh well, that happens.
Yeah.
I feel like it's okay, but you can also maybe not trade the lamp for it, but just place the diva in front of you, and if there's any projectile comes in, you can Matrix. If the hook, then diva's fine. Most of the time, the hook will not do too much. I feel like after the sleep, yeah, they cannot change the cooldowns too, because they have sleep and the hog. Then even though the hook will hook the diva, then she cannot be slapped after. So maybe some small team thing though, but yeah, okay, we doing the left side here. Okay, what are your thoughts? Positioning, good, bad, or where should we be? Yeah, what do you think?
I think I should probably be closer. I think once I get in this room, I feel like I should be closer to the middle. I feel like I play pretty passively here.
It just feels like it was okay. Where you need to start? First of all, yeah, the fight is about to start now. Where should we start? Once the enemy makes the rotation, yeah, they have two routes mainly.
I think
here
once they make the rotation, we should probably just flip the map on them.
Okay,
that just make it a lot easier because then their pig has to go to the back of their team rather than being in the front, and then their supports wouldn't rotate fast enough without the speed.
Okay, and where should he be then in this case?
I think where I'm at is good if we were going to do that, but because we don't do that, I should probably be closer to middle point. Yeah, probably closer to B.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of have this sort of web of you able to go from B. I'm able to support A, and I was able to support C. But now you're on the right side, so really not able to support A or B at the same time, right? You want to kind of be in the middle, and you're not being behind, but you're just kind of more in the front line, also looking for the boop just in case. But from B, it's also easier for you to catch the people in this rotation and this rotation if something happens. But now you have to go all the way from here to here and take a lot of time. Yeah, that's not gonna be too good for us, right? We need to be here earlier. That's fine to do damage, but I'm just thinking the rotation, once you know this guy comes in, which is partially, you guys should be scouting. Yeah, when anybody enters, you should be already here anyhow. Yeah, damage, and then after that, you should be here earlier. So when this guy is here, you should be already displacing him, I feel like. Yeah, so just drop him in a little bit more. I know that we kind of got him in here, but yeah, it should be done even early. Your boop should always be the first response to their rotation, where we can punish the enemy. Yep, so, yeah, let's also
100%.
say that, boop, yeah, you can also, how would phrase it, just position, or like maybe, let's say, boop the enemy in your space, in your kill zone, in a way. That's how I would put it. Alright. Like, this boop is okay. Maybe if you can keep displacing him, yeah, he's sort of in your kill zone now. Multiple groups can deal with this guy. Maybe. Yeah, you can also try to cut off. Yeah, the left side. Okay, using speed boost here. Alright. Yeah, maybe we can pay attention to the speed and heal as well, but I feel like the biggest thing to me is still would be where do I position, so we're able to do all the active pressure, deal with all this angles again. So right at the start, yeah. Right, what happened to our Junkrat? A little bit unfortunate again. It's just well, it's just I'm not sure you should go here. You see where your team is going. You have this Genji over here. Your diva is going in this room, going next. So should you even go left side over there?
Yeah.
Where should it be right now?
I think I probably should be closer to my diva. Because I mean right now we're just really split and we're basically giving them free pressure. But I should probably be closer to my diva and my Junkrat, so that way my Junkrat doesn't die here.
Yeah, maybe there's gonna be a chance that you save him partially. It's just I'm here and then, okay, something happens to my Junkrat, he gets pressured. Okay, just in case, we have something for him. We have the resources, and then after that, we can keep supporting the divas, engage here, and the Genji's here. Now a little bit too far, and like trying to catch up with the rest of the people. Okay. Trying to displace here.
I feel like this is by far like the best of my Lucio here because I feel like I was playing really proactively, but
yeah.
This point specifically, I think we did a really good job of like playing like stacked and like rotating. So
yeah. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the beat in general? What do you wanna? How do you wanna use it?
My thoughts for beat are it's a really strong ult to counter, but at the same time, it's also a great engage tool. I wait. So the call was to wait out the rush, and then I think we beat engage here.
Yeah.
Does that seem right? I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
it seems like because you also lose the Junkrat here, it might be okay to just kite it, right? So why not?
It does kind of lose us next fight. So kind of gets. But I think winning this fight now matters than possible.
It's also fine because the point is still unlocking, so you guys can take your time. That's okay. As long as you can enable the engage of everybody here, so they go aggressive. Yeah, your D.Va, your Genji, your Junkrat, we should be fine. Okay. Let's go in, dive the backline. Okay, sure. Deal with the top left. That's all right. Yeah.
Is this the juicy? Oops.
Yeah, we should be all right. All right, let's see what's next. Taxi did... Okay, sure. Taxi the BAP. Now we're in a position. What's next? Okay, what's our plan here?
I think I'm playing a pretty solid B here. Because if I need to go to the right, if they rotate to the right, I can go there. And then if they rotate heavy on my Genji, I can also get to him before... or I can even trade him if needed.
Yeah, so it feels okay position for us to be at, you think?
Yeah. I think I'm pretty good right there.
Yeah. Maybe, you know, what I'm thinking is, if those guys rotating, what are your thoughts on... Are we able to even play like this wall here? Is it possible, or what do you think?
I think if my D.Va was farther up, maybe, but I think with where she's positioned, I think I'm good there, but I do think that could be a good spot to play.
All here was...
Just trying to think that if they rush in, let's say there's one potential route here, there's another potential route over here. So how do I trap them in as well? Yes, you're in the position to enable, but it's also, let me display something with the boop too. It's also kind of partially on this compositional layer. If they're playing more poke, then if you can get them close to you, let's say Domina is something you displace into your team, you kind of get them into your kill zone, or there's going to be a Surgeon or anyone else. I feel like that's going to be really strong for you. You can always look for the quick dive, but when we play like longer range war, well, which can be okay if you guys don't take damage maybe, and you just let them in and then engage, but then it's all should be done together. You guys should call this out that okay, we'll let them in, and then after that we can look for the fight. But now you just I'm concerned if they rotating. If this guy receives the pressure, you somehow should be also trying to look for the ways to displace people. I don't know, just something you guys have to think about. I'm not sure, should we even play the point here? What was your plan anyway? It was more around the D.Va bomb here, the window, or what you guys were playing for?
I think we were just playing for point, which... I really don't think we had a solid plan going into this fight, if I'm going to be entirely honest. Our Genji was poking, but I don't think we had a plan much past that. So that's definitely a problem.
Are you participating in a plan too? Communicating some of the stuff? What do you... just coming up with the next plan in the fight? What do you typically do?
Typically, I could probably do more. I don't necessarily think I participate a whole lot in the plan. I typically try to track as best as I can. But I think I need to work more on having us actively calming. So like making those plans, because I do think that's something we kind of like run into. But my tank did say we were waiting out OC on right high ground. But I don't know if we necessarily calm that as a team. So
yeah. Yeah. You see, the thing is, you can wait or see, but at the same time, you have to create a plan which is around your own stuff too. Maybe it's gonna be your window, maybe it's gonna be your a diva bomb. So you guys are creating a plan, position accordingly to enable that. Yeah. So in our case, maybe you could say that, and it's partially on the team side of things. They just have the plan here. I just don't like those guys having too much open space versus you, because then it's easier for them to keep poking. So now they can walk, and it will be a little bit easier to do this Sojourn ultimate, stuff like that, right? So maybe we can start to create a proactive plan. Once something will happen, yeah, these guys will walk, then maybe we can look to go in and the part who is enabling that, yeah, kind of the part of, okay, let's look to displace this guy. Yeah, I'm looking for the boop on Domin, I'm looking for the boop, I don't know, anybody else, and you guys can position accordingly, and this enables something. What you guys coming up with is really important. You come up with what next ultimate you will be having in the fight, if that makes sense. But yeah, any questions about this, or?
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because I just I feel like it's partially on the team side of things, but then you see, you have to make the stretch to do this. You go from here to all the way here once they go in. I mean, this is fine. The boop is great, but it's just a little bit easier if you have short range position like this. If we already know that, okay, those there are rotations, well, let's have the plan of once they walk, we walk as well. And this guy, the Genji will not take as much pressure to him because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, it's been great that you've been able to support this left angle. Just unfortunately, yeah, might be a little bit difficult. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Let's see how everything's gonna go. Yeah, the enemy team, they just shoot them play this side. They just kind of maybe need to try to take, I don't know, they have to play for the poke and play a longer range 4. If they do, then it should be winning versus you, but they just kind of went here and they got a lot of environmental kill, which is fine. Like, we carried this fight mechanically, but I just want also to see bottom, like, macro side of things too, if possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Starting here, go on a point, that's fine. Alright, what's next? Okay, what are your thoughts? Positioning.
I think the better position would... Actually, I think I have a pretty good spot there, because I guess the only thing I can't do well is support my Genji, but I'm able to help my... I'm able to get to the rotates, so if they were to go to the left side where my Junkrat is, I could get... No, left side is where my Genji is.
Yeah,
I could get there with my tank and my DPS, and then if they go to the right, I can also get there. So I feel like I'm in a solid B, but I also feel like B could be at a little bit to the right, maybe.
What's the difference? You mean to the right, like here?
Yeah. Less pressure from their Domina.
Yeah.
I think is the big thing, is just no less direct pressure. Yeah.
Okay, slide off angle. Okay, makes sense. You know, I also think that, well, what if we do all of this here, and you also, like, play this wall or this wall? Yeah, it just depends on what you want to support. Yeah, of course, we keep an eye on the diva, keep an eye on this guy and this guy, but what if we closer, once they close the choke, to displace them? What do you think?
Yeah.
Is it possible?
I think that'd also be pretty good.
Yeah. Because I think you just somehow need to trap these guys in. If whenever they play the poke war, you have to get them to you. Just boop them in somehow. It's just really difficult to play like this war where we're really behind, and then they put the cooldowns in front of you, and then they displace you even more, create even more distance versus you, so now you can't boop, and you have to invest something to just, like, get close, which may be fine if you're supporting somebody, but at the same time, you could be using boop, and then speed boost, and then boop again, so it's double boop already, right? But now our boop is sitting there, right? So might be complicated. This boop is good, maybe, yeah, should be fine. Now it's good displacement. Try it out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would just say the start of the fight. Yeah. Think. Yeah. That's where you get punished for it. Like I said, the previous point. Fundamentally, I don't think you also have to play that far too. Yeah. Just make sure that you know what is that space they're gonna cross, and you should be trapping them in that space. Like we saw with this here. Okay, we know that once they cross this line, in a way, we can start trapping them in and start booping them in. Yeah, so that's something we can look for. And if something happens on the main angle, then we can also do the same and try to support that angle later on. But it's mostly just looking to just know what's that line they're crossing. Yeah, you kind of poke in a little bit too, but you see, like, they play pretty close range as well most of the time, and once the engagement happens they can always displace people, maybe get a few kills. Yeah, like here for example, this is the choke. I get really close, my angle is here, my angle is over here, but I'm close to this wall, so now I'm able to displace somebody to us, which actually makes sense too when you have more of a brawl oriented, like short range oriented team. Yeah, just keep displacing them into you and it will be good. Right. Yeah, any questions so far, or do you want to keep watching this?
I'm trying to think. I feel like actually, let's just go through this point because this is a point we talked about a bit as a team. And then I think after this point, it just kind of spirals. So
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts about this point then? What are you guys been talking about?
we got to a point. So we'll go into this fight. I think we engage beat here again, and then we get to a point of having 4 ults at 99, and then we proceed to drop all of our ults and lose. Which we have we've kind of noticed that we have not been tracking. Like, obviously we see that we have ults, but then we don't communicate. We don't have an ult plan going into these last fights. So I guess just like how it's viewed, I guess, from another perspective as well. So
because
like our coach talked about it too.
Yeah. What is your plan going in on this fight overall?
The plan for this fight was engage beat and take it really fast. And then yeah, that was the plan for this fight, and I think we might have popped tire here too. No, we don't pop tire. But,
okay,
so it's just beat here.
Yeah, so it's engage beat, and who do you go after with this?
Probably the Cass Ana. I think that was the plan for one of those two. We just didn't want to look at the Domina.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Yeah, just so any of the more stationary guys, the Ana may seem okay, generally speaking, but you just always have to look at where they are too. Might be a lot of the times kind of more in the back, so you have to make rotation first to just reach them. But yeah, let's take a look. All right, we're starting here. Speed boost. Okay. Just get in position first. Okay, beat engage and then go in. Try to reach their backline here. Alright.
Yeah, I think this is like one of those points where I overextended.
Just what is this point when you stop engaging? What do you think? Just what do you think is the mistake here? If there's some... Maybe it is still fine, but yeah, what are your thoughts?
I think it's the backtrack. I think the backtrack is what gets me killed there, rather than just going up and over to the right staircase. Also playing in front of my tank.
And you see the rest...
I think those are probably... Yeah.
Yeah, you see, it's also the rest of the angles too, right? So we kind of need to draw the line, I feel like. So this is what maybe can fix to some extent too. You always know where everybody is. So I have this B, A, C, and then kind of being in the middle to support all of this. Obviously, you can disable the pressure, but you can't do disable if I'm not in a position to kind of support all those guys all together. Of course, you're kind of making the stretch. Maybe let's say A goes more aggressive, B is more aggressive. So I'm somewhere like over here at least. Yeah, maybe I can be near this wall, but I cannot go past it. Yeah, if I go past it, then I'm only supporting A, and I'm supporting B anymore, right? So this is not good. We at least need to be able to support two angles at the same time. So this can always give you an idea. So let's say you play the wall right side, you wait, Diva pushes in, then this angle was here, then it's good to be somewhere in the middle. Maybe. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. But then, yeah, it's just because you, let's say you would be here at this point of time, not just past it, then it would be okay. Yeah, just kind of our initial rotation here. You went, took a little bit too much poke damage because this guy's been not ready yet to do all of this stuff. Yeah, you just need at least two angles supporting all of the stuff you do. And maybe you can keep supporting the Diva. You can maybe also try to deal with this angle afterwards, but that's about it. Just keep the attention on who do you support. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I 100% see what you're saying.
Yeah. Alright, we here studying this. Okay, well, let's see.
I think that was a little too aggro.
Well, first off, let's start with what's our positioning? You see the way your team is posturing. Where should it be?
I should be on the middle stairs. That's I think the B point of my team, because my Diva is pretty much in their back line. My Cass and Bap are basically in that area, and then I'm on C over on left with my junk for no reason.
Yeah, you see, you can boop the enemy in your space too, but you cannot go all the way there to try to boop the Domina because they're just not crossing this dangerous line yet. Yeah, maybe if they go here, let's say you would be, like I said already, over here, and once you notice that, maybe you can make this move, try to boop them in, but you cannot walk past this, especially with this information here. You probably need to start the stairs, and then, like I said, just see who is been the most aggressive at what time. Now we just made a too big of a move here. So now we're not in the middle of those angles anymore. Okay, let's see what's next. So this might be partially why it's difficult to win. Yeah, we're not talking about the big planning picture too. That's another story. Maybe that is something, maybe we can have some, like I said, if you guys want, we can maybe occasionally have some reviews to discuss the strategy. But I definitely think that you as a Lucio, you a lot of the times can be responsible for what's coming next and what your responsibility should be about the planning once you see the ultimate. So for example here, if I know that we have a window and we have Cassidy really soon with a Diva, then you have to communicate and say, how do you help with X ultimate? Yeah, X, Y, Z ultimate. What are you going to be doing in there? Yeah, so that's going to be already giving you direction that being here might be not too good of a choice, because what I'm really enabling, what type of incondition? Am I enabling the Junkrat, or should I enable those guys? Right? What do you think?
I should be enabling the rest of my team.
Yeah, exactly.
Because my junk should be up there with us, to be entirely honest, or like closer to us rather than playing this like really soft angle. So
I mean, it can be. I think it's another part, just kind of like the team strategy. But yeah, anyway, you overall, more attention should be going towards what our help with, and then I want you to also communicate, like communicate how do you help with X ultimate to your team. So it's more about boop, speed. Yeah, I think boop and speed first of all. Boop, speed, and then only later maybe healing. But honestly, really niche. I wouldn't. Yeah, honestly, maybe we can skip that for now. Just think about how do you do stuff with the boop and speed. So now, when you would be here, well, do you remember your plan? What was that? If there was a plan, or
I almost want to say that our tank said that they were going to push the soldier, but I don't think there was a call to put flip map. So I think that's probably something that we could work on. Is like more clear and consistent comms rather than just saying, "Hey, I'm going to do this." But that's kind of something we've known we've had issues with.
Right, right. Yeah, so it's also kind of, you guys also need to come up with a clear direction too, it seems, yeah? So it's gonna be easier to carry the fights like this. Like you said, the fight when it's coming up, yeah, there's no way it's gonna be something like this where we go in and fight with 4 ultimates and we lose this fight, right? I mean, it's more
Yeah.
like we use the 4 ultimates, let's say that, yeah? Okay. Let's see what's next. I think this always gives you a great perspective, just doing conditions like this too. Okay. Yeah, so there's just us trying to stall the point. I don't think we have to pay attention. That's fine. Okay, now we are rotating, going left side, fine. Okay, now doing the stuff here. Okay, what are your thoughts? Position. Let's start there. Okay,
I think the rotate is fine with the Lucio. Although I don't think it should just be me and Diva, although it is going for touch, so maybe it's better to just leave Diva on her own and then get the rest of my team there rather than getting Diva there herself.
So where you would be in this case?
I would probably be down main with my Bap and Junk.
Bap and Chunk, and how you would disable the rest of the enemy here then with your boop after? Where do you go? What is that wall you need to rotate to?
I would say then rotate kind of the right over by where my Diva currently is, and then we have more pressure there.
Because I think, yeah, you just, well, maybe it depends on who you guys calling. Should be touching too, really. It's a little bit complicated here, right?
Yeah.
Ideally, well, that's we're the only one who made the touch too. A little bit unfortunate. Trying to think. You cannot. Yeah, the dominus thing. You cannot eat it with the Diva, right? It's more like it's just pushing you. Yeah. This too. It's not. Yeah. It's always this. You cannot do anything about it. No shields whatsoever. Yeah, it's really hard. Of course, you have to make the touch. It's like one of those fights where you're gonna lose probably, just because you cannot trap the enemy team effectively. Try to make the touch.
Yeah. I also think if my Junk calmed there and I knew that he was going to go for it, I probably wouldn't have engaged that far because our Junk also touched.
Yeah. It's just on the communication side of things then too. Yeah, just you guys need to calm who is going to touch and trust. If this touch is not going to happen, then you guys can discuss why and see, okay, what is that specific strategy we missed? Yeah, maybe it's how we take angles, maybe it's about how do we use certain resource, yeah, but there's gonna be trust because, yeah, this cannot be happening. Of course, you cannot commit multiple people in here when you committing, yeah, there's just no points, especially if we're talking about more stationary guys. There should be win condition elsewhere. I touch the point, then the rest of the people do what? Take angles, keep doing the damage here on the objective or something. Okay, well, a lot of good stuff. At the same time with I think the second point, right, especially the first point we won as well, but yeah, still stuff to improve. There's some stuff to improve. Okay, do you have any questions, or do you want to watch a little bit more of this? We can also watch the third one. Up to you. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll do the third one because I said it was third point. I think it's going into this next point, and honestly, like, it's exactly what I said. It's just snowballs because we didn't plan properly. So we can go into the next one.
Yep, that's fine. Yep. If you guys ever also want to work on the planning, you can also do that. I know that's also important too. Maybe there's something I can help with. I've been coaching quite a lot of teams. There's been tier 2 collegiate. Tier 2 has been a while ago, but yeah, it's fine. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
We can start with this one. And it's okay. What are your thoughts on that second code?
This is okay. This one, I just felt really lethargic. I felt like I was playing super slow. I don't feel like I had very many like great rotates, and I definitely had. I don't think my beat, like, I feel like my beats on the first map or like the first code were really good, and then on this map they were just not there at all. Also, Vendetta Grav or Grav and Vendetta's ult is actually so diabolical.
Okay.
I beat one time and they just said nah. It was awful.
Yeah, it still goes to it. I don't think it's just how many seconds it is as well. It's just like they can hold it for a while, right? So might be pretty tough. You guys have to come up with something else probably. Graph Vendetta.
Yeah. I feel like it might just be one of those things that you just kind of say, okay, we just give up this fight. But I also feel like then there's the play of they just grab and then we lose anyways. I don't know. I don't know if there's a winning against Vendetta that.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Maybe we can take a look and see. Okay, let's start with first position side of things. Where should it be?
Same. I think I should still be on that top high ground again.
Yeah.
It's
the same stuff there, right? Just go there. Yeah. Start enabling the guys. And you have Venture, you have Vendetta over here. In worst case, Zarya, but not here. Yeah, just no point. You have to look for displacement. If you did you ever play Goats meta like back in the days? Or which one?
No.
No, okay. You know, there's a funny thing that the Lucio, the good Lucio there would... Okay, but first of all, are you familiar with what the Goats is?
Yeah, I know Goats. Trip tank.
Yeah, exactly. There was a pretty fun thing that with really good Lucio, just one boop could change the outcome of the fight completely, because you displacing something, and you see there's kind of this mirror matchup you have, literally the same composition, because you displace somebody in an unfavorable spot, they will take so much damage, and the cooldowns opportunities open up. There's somebody may take advantage of their ability to, like, maybe it's your Vendetta, maybe it's going to be your Venture, it's going to be easier for them to do stuff. So it's been kind of the same thing with the Goats. The good Lucios would displace the Ryan in a way, so the enemy Ryan could swing a lot on the enemy Ryan that gets better cooldown trade in a way. So this is how I want you to think with those matchups too. It's more sort of this short range composition versus short range. You have to do that a lot too. Yeah, obviously we played versus the poke. It's kind of the same idea. Trap the enemy in here. It's a little bit different in terms of, well, you can maybe trap them and kind of push them towards you, but you always have to look at who can get their pressure done, so you force out something defensive maybe. Like, let's say I displace the Zarya, this forces bubble. Good trade. Boop for the bubble, great. Maybe I displace this and I force Boru. That's a great trade. Maybe you can also force out Suzu. That's also pretty great trade for the boop, but you cannot do that without positioning there. There's no way you can be here, I think. Where's the enemy Lucio too? Yeah, the enemy Lucio's been slightly... Yeah, they've been taking this angle over here. Yeah, this kind of... Now, the angles war is lost too. I feel like they just kind of can come from the right side too, and this main side will be complicated. You see the difference. The angle is just slightly better looking for them too. You just need to fight for the angles map control, and then after that you guys can do something there. But now, it's just a little bit difficult. We'll have to position there first. Maybe, I'm not sure about the initial rotation. Maybe you guys can also take the rotation, like, go all left side room, I don't know. Maybe, but you have to come up with something, so it's gonna be easier for you to control from multiple sides. Yeah, we kind of need to win this room, and we need to win the middle section. So after that, it's gonna be easier for you to secure the space here. Okay, right. Let's keep watching.
I also feel like my wall ride mechanics are like super inconsistent. Like sometimes they're great, and then other times they're just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
You know, it's I think it's comes with time first off, but yeah, I do think it's takes time definitely to practice, to just get used to it, to hold the wall rides 100%. See, okay, what do you think? Same question.
My plan here was positionally, after talking about it, it's a bad spot to be. But my thought was that I would keep speed with my off-angled Vendetta, so that way he could go in and get pressure onto their Kiri or their Lucio with the amp speed. And then he just ends up popping like a balloon. So
Yeah, because you're also trying to make the stretch here to reach them, and then because you're trying to make the stretch, like enable this, sure, but do it from the better spot. There's also an idea of I like to call it power position in a way. Power position is the spot where you have more opportunities to do something towards the. Well, you just kind of towards the point control. Let's put it this way. You just have more options of how you can take angles. So if I start here, I can always support this guy, and I can also support this guy, and that's fine idea. But now we make the stretch to go, so there's no boop opportunity. Right, so that's why they partially, like, you see, a lot of commitment. What if... I'm not sure. Who do you think we can boob? I don't know. Maybe just like after the Suzu, we can start displacing their Vendetta, or like I don't know. Maybe we can trap somebody else, like their Venture. Yeah, but it's gonna be there. Now we have to get out.
Yeah,
just run for our life. Which is also I don't like it. Where we run. Where should we go?
I should probably just walk left.
Yeah, just keep walking
my
there.
team engages here.
Exactly, because you also may get the chance to punish the enemy for their mistake. Somebody's been silly with the way they play. Okay, I'm already there, and I'm helping them out. Instead of creating so much distance and go all the way here, which is, it's reasonable to run away, but run towards somebody who you will be supporting to. Right, I know it's around the same theme so far. Is there anything you want me to focus on more? Anything else? Or, yeah, do we want to just... Maybe you can also look at the...
Nah, I mean... yeah, I mean, I feel like... just kind of knowing how this, like, played out, it just wasn't a great map for me, and I don't know if there's much, like... because I think a lot of it is just going to come back to a lot of things we talked about with the last time, or the last map we looked at with NJC. So, I definitely still think the Lucio needs some work. I tried to play him in a comp game. It did not go so hot. Was not the most ideal, but I also think me and my teammate, we were just kind of forcing. So,
you know, I think it's.
I don't know if there's much.
I want you to try to play Lucio in comp, and just along our ideas what you will be trying, just go in and bully somebody, see who you can displace, who you can deal with on the enemy team with the boop, because this is the big problem for us right now. Yeah, and then you can try to also come up with who I'm supporting on the angles too. But if there are no angles which you need to support, for example, you play, and that's what I've been seeing. Let's say Fano Astro is doing a rank to GM on Lucio. Obviously, they will not have the perfect comp for their Lucio all the time. So let's say in the poke composition, what are you going to be doing is most of the time, they don't need the speed at all. So what you do is you just go in on their backline, that's it. You're just creating your own aggressive angle. If there's nobody who may take angle with you, who you can support. Yeah, let's say Vendetta here, obviously it's easy way to support. Yeah, Venture is something I can support. Zarya is something I can support, but Sigma, Ashe, Widow, comp with the Zenyatta, I cannot do anything at all there. Obviously it's a little bit weird to play Lucio in this composition, but still, you get the idea, right? If there's more pokey-ish side of things, I can just go in and try to keep displacing people, create my own 1v1s, and it just always, in most compositions still, try to search for those opportunities regardless. See who